What's up guys, welcome back to my channel. I feel like I've been a little MIA from my longer form videos because I've been traveling and I've also been sick, but I wanted to sit down and film today because today is a very special day. This bad boy came in and I just wanted to talk about it a little bit because as I was opening it, I thought about both the good and the bad of social media. Obviously everyone who's a creator on YouTube aims for this as their first milestone and then so on and so forth. And I will say this is honestly a very surreal feeling considering I just started posting on my YouTube probably about 4 or 5 months ago consistently, and I was not the type of girl who grew up watching YouTube. I was one of the creators who started on TikTok and then trying to figure out YouTube now, rather than a lot of people start on YouTube and try to figure out TikTok. So this is a very surreal feeling considering I never watched YouTube growing up. I don't know a lot of YouTube creators and it's still a relatively new platform to me. But you guys have all been so awesome, so thank you for your love and support, and I would not be where I am today without any of you. I'm a little bit late to making this video. I'm at about 200,000 subscribers now, but I was traveling for March Madness and I've also been sick. So I let this sit in the box for about 3 weeks since it came in, just so I could make a video. But this is a small milestone for me. I'm looking forward to obviously just growing my platforms. But I wanted to use today's video to talk about the good, the bad, and the ugly of social media. Also, I'm not gonna lie, when I was ordering my play button, you could type whatever you want as the channel name, and I swear I looked at it like 50 times because I thought that I spelled my name wrong. Like I was looking at it so many times because you can't change it once you hit submit that I literally thought I spelled it wrong. But great news, no spelling errors over here. Also, when you get your play button in, you get this really nice note from YouTube just talking about your 100,000 subscriber. So I thought that was really neat because I was always wondering what the packaging was like whenever it came in. Basically, I just want to talk about my social media journey because obviously 3 years ago, I never thought I'd be at the point I am today. So we're going to talk about the good, the bad, and the ugly of social media. Basically, my social media journey started whenever I transferred from Rutgers to Pitt. I just missed all the good NIL stuff, but what I've learned is that brands treat content creators the same as NIL athletes for the most part. I think it still would have been really cool to capitalize on that stuff, but unfortunately, I am a little bit old and missed that era. Guys, I'm not gonna lie, I was in a relationship where posting on social media was sort of frowned upon. In their eyes, it seemed like it was asking for attention, so I never posted on social media. I did very minimally. I knew that I liked doing it. It was one of those things where I just decided not to do it for the sake of my relationship. And as soon as I got out of my last relationship, I started posting. I was posting on Instagram, I started experimenting with TikTok, and I remember one of my videos went pretty viral, got like 4 million views, and that's when I realized this is cool. The adrenaline of a video going viral, getting followers. I just liked making videos at this point. While I was at Pitt, I just kept posting on social media, and I was at Pitt for a year and a half playing soccer there. So I didn't really have time to grow my brand with college athletics. I remember when they first passed the NIL law, and as soon as it passed, I just started reaching out to brands. I was posting, I was sending DMs, and I remember I was one of the first people on my team to actually start doing that stuff. Finished playing college soccer, I told myself that I was going to invest in my own brand, and I was just gonna keep creating videos because even though I wasn't playing college soccer anymore, that didn't mean that I didn't play soccer for 16 years of my life. And I think that's where I struggled at first. Was I thought people would have this idea that I was hanging on to playing college soccer when honestly it just got to the point I enjoyed making videos and I enjoyed sports. So I figured I'd blend the two and make sports videos. For the longest time, I really was just making soccer content because that's all I really knew, and I'm really glad that I started to dive into other sports. I started kicking field goals, I started doing gymnastics, and just trying all different sports because I didn't want to identify myself as just that soccer girl. But I knew it was something that I can always fall back on and create content with. I think that branching out and making myself more marketable by trying different sports has helped me a lot because fast forward 2-3 years from when I stopped playing college soccer and I'm working March Madness with Bleacher Report. Bleacher Report is a really big sports media platform where they're posting all different sports. So I was very blessed and had the opportunity to work with Bleacher Report and TikTok for March Madness, and it's been so fun. So I will say that's one of the good things about social media is you get some really cool experiences, especially for me in sports. I've gone to the NWSL championships, I've gone to football games, I've gone to March Madness now. Again, these are all different sports. So I think that's what branching out and making myself more marketable in terms of doing different sports content has benefited me in the long run. As much as I love soccer, I love sports in general. So that was kind of my goal with my content, and it's been really awesome so far. So one of the good things about social media is the opportunity behind it. The second thing about social media that I really like is there's a lot of girls, young athletes who will reach out to me through DMs, Snapchat, Instagram, whatever it might be, and I get really positive feedback from them. And that has been my biggest goal through my social media accounts is I want to be a positive role model. I want to be a good influence on people. I always say I don't like the term influencer. I think I'm more of a content creator, but at the end of the day, I do fall under the category of an influencer, so I do want to be a positive influence on younger athletes. And I will say the last good thing about social media is I am making a living off of it. I hate when I see comments about get a real job, go do something with your life. Like, I love my life right now. I don't know, I think this is the first time in a really long time where I could say I truly love what I do. I love everything going on in my life. I'm very happy and stress-free. So I do love content creating. I know, again, I've said this in a lot of my last videos, it's not something that I'm gonna do forever, but it's something that I can capitalize on right now. And I still go and do trips such as March Madness where I'm helping create content for other platforms. And I love doing that stuff. I think it's coolest thing, it's fun. And I think the biggest thing that I touched upon in some of my previous videos as well is I'm making more money now than I would if I were doing a regular 9-to-5 job. And I don't think people realize that or understand that, and people get mad saying that I should do real work. I don't like talking about my finances, but at the same time, the only reason that I am talking about it is to help people understand that people who are creating content aren't just always doing it just for fun. But a lot of the people with bigger platforms are doing it because that's how they make a living. And it's crazy, I know, but we live in a world where you're able to make a living off of social media. So for right now, that is what I'm doing. I have a lot of other things in the works that I don't want to talk about before they actually happen, but that's the reality, guys. I'm making a living off of social media right now, and I'm going to keep doing that until I can't anymore. Again, I went to school, I have my master's degree, I have other avenues I can go if social media doesn't work out. So, but for now, I love what I do, I'm having fun with it, and I'm getting some really cool opportunities while also making an impact, whether it's big or small. All right, let's get into the bad. Guys, there are mean people on social media. I don't know how people with even bigger platforms than I have do it because people are just really mean. And it's really sad because obviously I see it and I try not to acknowledge it, but it can be hard. I will say I'm very blessed and I have a lot of people who comment very positive things, but unfortunately there are people who sit behind their screens and say some really nasty things. And that's just the reality of it. People don't have better things to do than sit behind a phone screen and comment negative things on people's content. And this could just stem from a lot of different things. It could be jealousy, it could be insecurity. And I think that's just a common misconception is that people forget that these content creators are people too. We have feelings, we have normal lives outside of just social media. So I'm very understanding of whenever I get the hate comments, but sometimes there are just so many that it's a little overwhelming and it's sad. And on a platform where I'm trying to spread positivity, to see hateful comments is tough. But again, there are people out there who have way bigger platforms than I do, and I don't know how they deal with it. Luckily, they have comment filters where whenever you post content, you can go through and write words that you don't want to see. So I have been able to keep most of my comments very positive, but obviously you can't put every single hate word in the dictionary in there. People are going to say what they want to say, and that's life. You can't control it. You can only control what you put out there and what you say. So just a reminder, if you're a viewer of people's content and maybe you don't like it, you just take a second to think about how that might make someone feel, because even though you're behind a screen, your words might still hurt. So that's one of the bad things. Another bad thing is you always have to be creative. I like to think I'm sometimes creative, but I'll be honest, there's days where I don't know what content I want to put out there. And that's totally normal. I know a lot of creators kind of feel that. And there's also little slumps that I'll go through. If I put out content, consistent content, it's not doing great. I get in my own head. But again, I feel like I'm at the point where I've built a big enough platform where I'm gonna get brand deals and I'm gonna make money, but it's still just a mental thing. It's a mind game that a lot of creators deal with. I just always have to remind myself that I started putting content out because I love it and I love doing it and it's something I have fun doing. So when I start to get in business mode where it starts to stress me out, I kind of take a step back and think about how this is something I started because I love it and I have fun with it and I truly do love my job right now. So sometimes I just need to remind myself about that. And lastly, I am a girl on social media. I've done a really good job recently compared to previous years, but it's just natural to compare yourself to other people. And that's where social media can be really draining because it's not a good feeling when you start to do those things. But I feel like I've done a really good job in that area. My confidence has come a very long way from several years ago. But I definitely still have my days where it could be a lot. And I'm constantly putting pressure on myself to create content and put it out there for you guys. But again, like I said, I'm human too. I like to go and just enjoy my day and not worry about work for once. And with social media, you don't have a regular 9 to 5 and you do make your own schedule, but it's like an everyday thing. I'm on my platforms every single day. Sometimes I'll be editing at like 10 p.m. and other days I'll be sitting by the pool at 2 o'clock. It really just depends on the day. But that constant pressure that creators put on themselves to create content, to put out there for their audience and continue to grow their platforms can be a lot. But again, all in all, I am very blessed and I'm so thankful, and I thank God every single day for all the opportunities and all of the people I've met along the way. Social media can be challenging. For all my creators out there, you get it. If you're a viewer, just a reminder that creators are people too. We see your comments, we see your messages. Sometimes it's hard to get back to everybody, but just know I'm forever grateful for all of your support, and this would not be possible without all of you. So from the bottom of my heart, thank you so much. I still have a lot left that I want to accomplish from a creator standpoint. I have things outside of just creating content that I want to accomplish, but seriously, thank you guys all so much. If you haven't already, make sure to subscribe to my channel. Like I said, I have a lot left that I want to do in the near future, so stay tuned and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.
Every single day I feel the pressure. Double up the work, let's make it extra. Working so my mother get a rest, yeah.